Ah, good evening. My name is Lyle, and welcome to the Siringo Luxury Hotel and Resort. Here we strive to provide all of our guests with peerless luxury, unforgettable experiences, and the most comfortable and memorable vacation you will ever experience. Yes, you'll have noticed, of course, that we are nestled right at the hills overlooking the Red River Valley, yes, as well as the small town that is nestled at the basin of that valley. That town, of course, is incredibly charming, rustic, and it has that sort of old world style which defines a lot of the places in this particular area of the world. However, if town living is not quite something that you're envisioning, something that's not quite what you have in mind for your vacation, we also offer wonderful, splendid, extraordinary natural beauty, starting with, of course, the bluffs, which are just out back, as well as the botanical gardens, which you would have seen to your left as you were coming up our drive. And speaking of your drive, I would be remiss if I did not ask and make sure, did you have a comfortable travel experience to reach us today? Wonderful. We always want to make sure that at every facet, every guest, everyone who comes in, we view you more really as friends than guests, but that's neither here nor there, I suppose. We want to make sure that every guest is comfortable, not just during their stay, but before traveling to us and after as you travel back home as well. Yes. Again, we strive for ultimate, peerless comfort. But even more than that, we want to make sure that your experience not only matches your expectations here with us, but exceeds them. It exceeds them. Now, I apologize. I've rambled on a little bit too long, I think, with the introductions and the setting of expectations. May I please have your name and we can begin the check-in process? Okay. Wonderful. Ah, there you are. Now I see that you are staying with us, it seems, for 5 nights. Yes, isn't that correct? Wonderful. 5 nights in our Cardinal Suite. Now, our Cardinal Suite is one of the most luxurious, one of the most extraordinary, phenomenal. You could call it pretty much anything, any superlative you choose, and it would meet that expectation. The Cardinal Suite is the suite that we recommend to just about everyone. It's the suite that we show on our website. That is how much faith we have in the Cardinal Suite. Yes. And I am quietly confident that it is going to match everything that you have seen, as well as provide just that little additional, again, bit of comfort. Wonderful. Now, one of our bellboys will be taking our bags, and while they do so, it is my honor to be able to bestow upon you this room key, and you can see not that we would assume that you forget where you were staying, but just in case you did, it is of course spelled out right here on the room key. Right here on the room key. And you'll find that all of our experiences, all of our accoutrements, accessories are similarly intuitive to make sure that your stay here with us is incredibly rewarding and very, very relaxing, such that there isn't even any stress when it comes to remembering where you are or where your room key is. That is our commitment to you. That's the standard that we set. Here you are. Now, as I mentioned, the Cardinal Suite is one of the most luxurious accommodations that we offer. It is also one of the largest, starting with the 3 bedrooms. There are 3 bedrooms, one Alaskan king-sized master, which is similarly appointed. Everything is very, very, I don't want to say oversized, pleasantly large. In that particular room, there's a walk-in wardrobe. There's a full walk-in on the suite. It's very, very well done, well appointed, well cared for. In addition to 2 other regular king-size bedrooms for any guests, should you choose to bring them along, or if you just like a little bit of variety. Those 2 particular rooms do not have en-suites, but they do also have walk-in wardrobes. Yes. Speaking of the ensuite to the master, not only does it have a clawfoot tub for any luxuriating or relaxing which you might want to do, it has a full standing shower and a full jacuzzi spa. Yes. Jacuzzi spa, powered jets, all of the bits, bobs, everything. The full package is included, again, just to elevate your entire experience to that next level. It's really something special. The bathroom is wonderfully done. It was designed, interestingly, by someone from Norway. Yes, a very famous Norwegian designer. The other 2 bathrooms, though not quite as luxurious, still very, very impressive. Full showers and clawfoot tubs do come with the other 2 bathrooms in the suite as well. There are a total of 3 reception areas, 2 of which overlook the bluffs and have wonderful views, peerless views of the ocean and cliffside. If there was any space that I would recommend you spend some time in just to soak in the view, it would be in either one of those 2 very comfortable reception areas. All of the furniture in the space you'll find isn't just aesthetically pleasing, but it's very, very comfortable. Yes. The final reception area overlooks the town, and if you just look out of the corner, you can also catch a glimpse of the botanical gardens. Yes. That one is more for inviting company over, or if you'd like to just look out as the sun rises. Yes. Really, really quite beautiful. Now, all of 3 of those reception areas also have patios, which have been built onto them. Full patios, full patio furniture. One of the 2 overlooking the bluffs even has a small fire pit with a gas-powered fireplace. Should you choose using that either on one of the chillier nights, or if you just like to, sit around a fire, chat, just as the ancients once did, I imagine. Yes. Everything that you could possibly want, we can offer you. Yes. There is also a full dining room, which can seat 12. Now, I can't quite imagine that you'd be inviting 11 additional people, but if you did, a fully appointed dining room is there for your use. There's also a fully stocked kitchen, though perhaps before you would seek to do any cooking, I would like to remind you that we do always offer room service 24/7, And there are a variety of other restaurants. There are 2 on-premise restaurants, the Gala, yes, and the Red River Club. And then there is one particularly famous restaurant down in the Red River Valley in town, the Luna Rose, yes. The chef down there does have 2 Michelin stars, so I highly recommend taking some time at any point during your stay with us just to visit, take in the delectable cuisine, and then take a bit of a stroll around town, yes. There is, of course, patio dining available, but if you would prefer, just eat inside and then take a bit of a stroll. I do recommend it. But if you prefer to cook in, there is a fully stocked kitchen, yes. There's also a billiards/entertainment room for your use. Yes, complete set, all sorts of games, entertainment, everything's there. And then, of course, a designated and separate office space for your use. We provide this just for the instance where you might want to be getting a little bit of work done while you're on vacation, or if something rather pressing comes up, or if one of your guests needs to have a private conversation. We provide a separate office room, fully appointed desk, chairs, everything, even extra pens and pads, to make sure that all the functionality that you might enjoy at your regular office or at your residence can be enjoyed here as well. Yes, we've thought of everything. Now, as I mentioned, every single room is fully stocked. It's been checked, double-checked, and triple-checked to make sure that it meets our very high standards. But if for any reason you encounter an issue, or if something just isn't quite up to one of your standards, you have but to call down to reception, and either myself or one of my colleagues will do everything within our power to make it right. And there are numerous phones located in every room of the suite, okay? Yes, so contacting us or anyone else will not be an issue, okay? Now, as I am sure you're very, very, very well aware, your stay with us for the next 5 nights is completely all-inclusive. That means anything, anytime, anywhere that you desire can be made yours, all at no additional expense, okay? And we here at reception like to emphasize this point by offering you, first, an extraordinarily refreshing eucalyptus-infused hot towel, just to help you relax, to help refresh you a bit from your travel, because even the most comfortable travel experiences, well, there's still a degree of stress, isn't there? I'd like to offer this to you just to ensure that your stay here begins on a very, very positive note, and that we can wipe away, we can take away all of that stress. And if that doesn't fully do the job, then we are quietly confident that our brand, house brand, of port will surely be able to take away any additional stress which you may be feeling. Now, I can understand that under normal circumstances, the house brand, house label of something is usually taken to be the cheapest possible option, or a brand of lower quality. No. Not on this occasion. You see, we've taken the house label moniker and applied it to this particular port, not because we believe it to be of lower quality, but because it has come from our own distillery, our own vineyards, grown on our vines, located at our vineyard, which is just at the edge of the Red River, down in the valley. Yes, that is why we call it the house label, because we make it in-house. It is wonderfully sumptuous, fragrant, it's delectable. This will outperform, it'll blow any other port you've tried clear out of the water. It's award-winning, and this particular vintage was from a very, very successful year. Now, I could continue to hold on to these and go on and on about how wonderful each of these are and their relaxing properties, or perhaps the preferred option, I simply hand them over to you, and I think you can handle the rest. Here you are. And there we go. And now, both the port and the hot towel are yours to enjoy and to use to relax. Now, at this point, the check-in process can continue one of two ways. One of two ways. One of two ways. The first option is that I can begin to help you plan out some of the various experiences and locations which you would like to visit during your stay. I have extensive knowledge of all of the features of the local area, a local area which is rich in culture, rich in history, and which really does warrant at least being able to visit once in your lifetime. You being here now is the perfect opportunity to learn a little bit more about it. We can also begin to plan out the first few days, reserve some of the various experiences you would like to partake in, or second option, if you would prefer, you can simply retire to your suite at this time and begin to take in the luxury and drink in the beautiful views and sunset this evening. Yes, truly it is remarkable, and again I would recommend using one of the reception areas that overlook the bluffs. Of course, every one of the rooms has a wide variety of windows, not just to allow light into your suite, but also to offer you those views. But those two rooms, peerless. They are truly the next level when it comes to being able to feel like you're immersed in a place. Standing out on that balcony, looking out over the ocean and the craggy cliffs, you get the sense that you're seeing something that very few other people get to experience. And it's such a shame because it's so wonderfully grand, but there's a reason we are considered one of the most exclusive and luxurious hotels, and that's because we offer this type of experience to a very select few people. Yourself, in this case, wonderfully included in this opportunity. So, which would you prefer? Would you prefer to hear a little bit more about the local area, to gain some additional insight, not just to on-premises activities and locations, but also some of the historical off-premises, various experiences, locations? Or would you prefer to retire and sort out all of that stuff tomorrow? Again, you've had a long journey to get here. I would absolutely appreciate if you simply wanted to sit back, take another sip of port, and watch the world go by, as it were. Yes, wonderful. In that case, let us begin by first taking a sort of bird's eye view of all of the experiences and locations that we have to offer on premises, okay? So, on premises, we can offer you unlimited access to our 9-hole golf course, which has been rated one of the most scenic and beautiful golf courses in the country. and which is considered to be challenging and fun to play even by golf masters, those aficionados who are extraordinarily proficient at the craft. We also offer you unlimited access to our botanical gardens, of course. There are two pools, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. One inside and one outside, both of which are heated and kept at a very, very cozy 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Very comfortable, not too cool, not lukewarm, but something that you can luxuriate in. Of course, accompanying those pools are spas, jacuzzi spas in this case, but there is also an on-premise spa, of course. Any treatment that you would like to experience at the spa can be done in that location, or if you prefer a little bit more natural beauty and want to take full advantage of our premises, all experiences can also be taken at the botanical garden. There are also nature trails, which I would encourage you to partake in because they wind through some of our beautiful forest that borders the entire resort, and all of the leaves have just begun to change, and that fall foliage, autumn foliage has just begun to show. It's really, really quite beautiful. Of course, there also are two on-premise restaurants, which I already mentioned, but which I will mention once more, as the Gala and the Red River Club. And once we discuss dinner options, we'll discuss a little bit more about those, okay? Wonderful. And of course, finally, there is the vineyard and distillery, which we own and operate. That is open for tours from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day. Everything else is open 24/7. That is the only thing with any sort of restrictions in terms of time, yes. It is also the only portion of the on-premises or experiences which are considered on-premises, which would require you to take a trip down to the Red River, because that is where it is located. Yes. Do any of those experiences, any of those locations pique your interest? Anything you would like to hear more about after we discuss the off-premises experiences and locations? Wonderful. Let me just make a quick note of that. Wonderful. I've made a note of that. In a little bit, we'll discuss a little bit more about that, okay? Wonderful. Now, for the off-premises experiences. First, I'd like to remind you that everything is all-inclusive. That includes the on-premises experience and the off-premises experience. You are free to visit anywhere you would like, experience anything you would like, make any reservation you would like. No restrictions, unlimited, all inclusive. So, do not think that a reservation down, for example, at the Luna Rose would require you to fish out the old pocketbook. No. No. We would not dream of, at any point during this experience, having you reach for your pocketbook. The thought, it turns my stomach, it does. That is not luxury. That is not peerless experience. That is not total, complete comfort. No. So, everything is all-inclusive. No matter where you go, the hotel will pay for it. No tips, nothing. Everything will be taken care of by the hotel. Taxis, valets, everything will be taken care of. You need not worry, and our records are very, very good, yes. So you don't need to worry about informing us of everything. We have connections, we have communication with every business, every contractor who you might run into and employ their services. They know who to bill, so you need not worry. So, now let us begin our discussion of the off-premise experiences. First, there is the annual Autumn Harvest Festival, which is currently going on. Nightly entertainment, vendors, wonderful food, and competitions for port, sherry, wine, and various spirits, all of which can be judged by the public, in this case, including yourself. So please do feel free to stop down and, take a few samples here and there, put in your judging, and just make a day of the full experience. There will also be a parade tomorrow morning if you would like to attend. Okay, wonderful. Again, just a classic harvest festival, and something that this town in particular specializes in. So I really do encourage you to take advantage of that. There's also the Red River Cruise, which is a 3 hour excursion up and then back down the Red River, with the goal of enjoying all of the wonderful natural foliage and views that the Red River Valley has to offer. I highly recommend experiencing this. There are all sorts of wonderful entertainment that is offered on this particular cruise, food. It's the full package, and it's a 3-hour cruise. So it's not going to take up too much of any one of your days, but it is something which I absolutely recommend. As I already mentioned, there's of course the Luna Rose, and Chef Louis Williamson, who owns and operates that particular establishment, has attained national acclaim. 2 Michelin stars have been awarded to him. His specialty, I guess we'll say, is port-infused products, and he often uses the port that we produce because it is of the highest quality. Yes. I believe that tonight, or perhaps tomorrow night, one of the dishes which he is offering is the port glazed duck. Delicious. That is one of the dishes which won him his 2nd Michelin star, so you know that it is exceedingly delectable. You know it is exceedingly delectable. Yeah. Now, of course, I mentioned how wonderfully historic this area is. The first piece of history which you can witness just on the other side of the Red River, at the top of that particular hill, is the remains of Fort Manning, popular tourist destination. There are tours of that particular location, and a significant portion of the fort is still intact. I highly recommend, if you're even a little bit interested in that type of thing, like myself. Very, very valuable experience, wonderful learning opportunity, and there's a certain haunting beauty about the place, something undefinable. It's truly, truly special. Now, of course, there is also the statue of Saint Sophia, which can be seen on the west end of town, right before the cathedral, right in front of the cathedral, I should say. Both the cathedral and the statue of Saint Sophia date back to the 12th century. Yes. Additionally, there is the historical Red River Mill, which, as implied, is right on the banks of Red River. This very, very important historical site has been recently restored and is now once more fully operational. Interesting fact, at one point, that mill alone was producing a third of the grain that was consumed by this country in total. Yes, really, really quite interesting. And as I have alluded to several times, there are a wonderful variety of wineries and vineyards and distilleries dotting and surrounding the Red River Valley. There are all sorts of wine tours, both formal and informal, which we can offer you. And I highly recommend taking the time to experience at least a few of the wineries. I recommend two in particular. First, the Mulberry Mule, and second, the Cornflower Inn. Yes. The Mulberry Mule is the older of the two. It was founded about 30 years ago now, and it specializes in port and other fortified wines. It has a very rustic, very homely, very charming, wonderfully charming aesthetic and ambiance to it. A little bit more rough and ready, perhaps, than some of the other wineries which you may have visited, but I recommend it because the energy there is fantastic. Yes. And because the port is award-winning, though perhaps not quite as award-winning as our signature house label port. Their port is very, very high quality, and their fortified wines even more so. The Cornflower Inn, on the other hand, is a little bit more traditional, a little bit more modern, still retains a lot of the charm, wonderful charm, that the Mulberry Mule has, but that little bit more refined taste, yes. They specialize in both red and white wine, and are one of the most awarded wineries in all of the Red River Valley, which is why I recommend them, yes. So, if you are only going to be able to see a handful of wineries, of course, I recommend first being able to visit our signature hotel-owned winery, but close seconds are the Mulberry Mule and the Cornflower Inn. Do any of these locations or experiences interest you? Yes, do you find yourself pulled towards any one experience or the other? Wonderful. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've just made a note of that, and we will get your reservation set here just in a little bit, okay? Wonderful. In fact, I think that now is the perfect time to begin to formalize some of your reservations. So first, for the spa, again, keep in mind that all spa packages or experiences can be taken either here at the hotel or in the botanical gardens, depending on which you prefer. We offer a wide variety of extraordinarily high quality packages, including the traditional Swedish massage, the chamomile facial and head massage, the pedicure and foot massage, the manicure and hand massage, the hot stone massage, and the full body herbal wrap. Yes, all of these are extraordinarily relaxing. If I had to recommend one, it would definitely be, I think the manicure and the hand massage. I always find, typing as much as I do and writing as much as I do, just scribbling little notes to myself, sometimes the hands can get a little bit tight. Our masseuses are experts at relieving any and all tension that one might find in your hands and being able to make the nails just that bit more attractive, of course, is an added bonus. Now, keep in mind, our packages are offered in fairly standard 30, 45, and 60-minute variations. However, you can mix and match packages as you prefer. So, what I typically do when I am able to stop down at our spa is I like to combine the manicure and hand massage with the pedicure and foot massage. It's extraordinarily relaxing, and if there are any variations of time that you wish to employ, we can of course accommodate those. Yes. Do any of those packages sound interesting? Sound suitable to you? Wonderful. In that case, let me recommend one of our masseuses in particular, Lila. Lila is one of our most experienced masseuses that we employ, and she is also one of the best at what she does, yes. She has an opening tomorrow at 10 a.m., which, if you wouldn't mind me saying my recommendation, I believe that would be the perfect way to wake up and begin your journey with us, yes. An excellent massage is something that prepares you, relaxes you, and takes away all the stress of traveling from the previous few days. And it resets, it recalibrates, it allows you to fully enjoy everything you'll be experiencing, okay? Wonderful. Does that time slot work for you? Perfect. Additionally, I forgot to mention, but would like to take the moment to mention now that all of our spa packages offer sensory enhancements, including but not limited to employment of various scented oils, whatever you prefer. Or if you prefer no scented oils to be used, we can of course accommodate that. Wonderful, wonderful. I'll make a note of it. Next, before we continue too much with the reservation making process, now that you've been able to sample our port, I would like to take the moment to provide you with a bit of dark chocolate. This chocolate, extraordinarily rich, decadent, delicious, and we've done extensive testing to find that this particular brand, with our particular blend of port, is a taste combination which is matchless. It is delicious. And this particular flavor as well, this fudge brownie, it's delicious. Delicious. So we offer this to all of our guests in limitless amounts, such that you can fully enjoy our port and fully enjoy your experience here. Here you are. Next, there is still plenty of time for you to enjoy your first dinner here with us tonight. Now, I can get you a reservation anywhere. All of the restaurants know to give our guests the most premium reservations and to give our guests priority in the reservation process. I could even, if you would like, get you a reservation at Luna Rose, though I can't promise that they would be immediately available, seeing as how popular and how refined that restaurant is. Yes, such a hot spot for our guests, for tourists. Everybody loves attending the Luna Rose, so it may be a bit of a delay before we're able to fit you in, but I guarantee we would be able to get you a reservation there tonight. Or, if you prefer, of course, there are the two restaurants which are on premises. Yes, I've mentioned them several times, but they are, of course, the Gala, and the Red River Club. The Gala is typically seen as our more refined, more upscale restaurant and dining experience. Chef Greensboro does have a Michelin star of his own, and he specializes in full 5-course and 8-course meals. Yes. 5-course and 8-course meals. A little bit more formal of a dining setting. Tonight's special, I believe, is, let me think for a moment, the scallops, yes. The scallops with the cherry glaze, yes. Delicious, very, very delectable. Melt in your mouth scallops. I don't know how he does it. I really do not know, because I've tried to make them myself. I've tried to imitate his recipe to no success. Or rather, to the type of success where the scallops come out rubbery, and his scallops are delectable. I don't know how he does it, but he does. Of course, if that doesn't quite sound to your liking, there's also the Red River Club. Now, the Red River Club is a bit more high energy than the gala. Chef Johnson is very, very experienced. He specializes in comfort food. Yes, he specializes in comfort food. So that type of nostalgic, relaxing fare, which kind of settles you into a new space. He is renowned for his asparagus pasta and his grilled, glazed prime rib. Yes. Very, very good at what he does. Again, the Red River Club is a little bit more rustic. It's a little bit less formal, we should say, than the gala, but I have never heard any complaints from any of our patrons, no matter how they present themselves. I've never had any complaints about either of our two restaurants. Do any of these dining options sound excellent to you? Of course, if none of the options sound suitable, there's also room service as well as that fully stocked kitchen. Okay. At wonderful 7 p.m. No problem. Absolutely. It can be done. It's already been done. Yes. I told you that we have no issues with reservations anywhere. Yes. Now, I would like to take this opportunity, if at any point during your stay you're feeling a bit thirsty, you perhaps need an additional splash of port, another spirit, or a cocktail of some sort. There are bars on every 5th floor, starting with the lobby. So, if you were to continue towards the elevator, you would find just off down a hallway is a bar. All bars are open 24/7, have wonderfully experienced staff who are very, very skilled at what they do and able to present award-winning cocktails. Yes. I highly recommend if at any point again you're feeling a bit thirsty, or maybe you just need to chat with someone, all of our bars are very, very excellent choices for that particular instance. Now, for the Red River Cruise, I would suggest booking one of their afternoon slots. Tomorrow there's a 3 p.m. slot available, and I recommend booking in the evening for 2 reasons, or the afternoon for 2 reasons. First, the foliage, the light, the way the light hits in the early afternoon is really something else, and it makes all of the colors pop, and it makes the full experience just that much more rewarding. Second, of course, though, is the sunset will be just beginning to happen, and seeing the sunset from the water as the sun descends over the hills that that surround the Red River Valley, it's wonderful, it's picturesque, it is extraordinary, and something that I hope everyone at some point is able to experience. But for now, we'll start with you. Hors d'oeuvres, of course, are provided, and I believe crab rolls and spinach rolls are on their menu, if that sounds to your liking. Also, all sorts of entertainment is provided, and the captain kind of provides a bit of running commentary as you head up the river on various landmarks and certain very picturesque locations. As you come down, he sort of steps away and allows you to just bask in the natural beauty of the place. Does that sound to your liking? Does that time, does that layout sound to your liking? Wonderful. We'll do that then. Wonderful. Now, if you would permit me, the walk down to the Red River cruise dock is not a far one, and often our guests like to enjoy the natural beauty as they kind of stroll down the lanes and roads that make up and lead down to the town at the Red River Basin. Would you permit me to give you some directions if you decide to take that walking route? Wonderful. So as you head down our drive, you'll come to Clementine Avenue. You want to take a left on Clementine Avenue until you hit Main Street. You then want to take a right onto Main Street. Walk just a little bit more down until you hit the Dock Boulevard, right? The Docks Boulevard. Continue down, and then the signage will take you the remainder of the way to the Red River Cruise location. Typically, it is advised to arrive about 15 minutes early, and the walk itself is about a 15-minute excursion. Yes. Or, if you prefer, you can of course be driven, or if, honestly, the directions are just a little bit too confusing for you, we of course offer valet services, or if you prefer a taxi, we can offer that as well. Again, everything's included, so no matter your choice of transportation or lack thereof, everything will be taken care of by us. Now that tomorrow is taken care of, I would like to refrain from scheduling anything additional at the risk of overscheduling you and overwhelming you so early in your stay with us. There is still plenty of time and plenty of opportunities to make any reservations you may need. Again, all reservations are spur of the moment type things. You don't need more than a few hours notice. So do not worry, do not think that because you haven't scheduled everything right now, you won't be able to experience everything. We will ensure that you are able to experience everything. Wonderful. I invite you now then to head up to your room, suite rather. Relax, take a few more sips of the port, bite or two more of the chocolate, and just begin to really take in the natural splendor that this area offers, and begin to explore your quarters, explore the suite, get to know all of the various amenities, accoutrements which are provided. Yes. And if you need anything at all, at any time at all, even if it's just a splash more port, alright? Even if it's just a little bit more port, or another bar of chocolate, you have but to call down to reception, and we will take care of it. Either myself or one of my colleagues. We will make everything you need happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, it is my honor to say thank you for choosing to stay with us during your vacation here in the Red River Valley. Truly, it means a whole lot to us. You chose us over all of the various other luxury offerings, which I'm sure you have access to. And we promise to not just meet, but exceed all of your expectations and offer a peerless luxury stay filled with natural beauty, glorious splendor of the natural wildlife, flora and fauna, as well as all of the various accommodations and luxury offerings you've become used to. Yes. Wonderful. We promise this stay will be incredibly memorable. But we don't want you to remember it for the wrong reason, so if at any point anything needs changed, adjusted, fixed, again, just call us, and we will do everything in our power to make it right. Again, thank you so much for choosing to stay with us. We truly appreciate it. Thank you, and have an excellent rest of your evening. Remember, your dinner reservation is for 7. Wonderful. Again, if you need any help at all, scheduling, booking, reservations, anything, we are always available. Thank you. I invite you now to head up to your room, and I will see you again very soon, okay? Goodbye, and thank you.